Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to another Live with the Times. Really grateful to be here. Really grateful to be back. And welcome to my new studio here at Momish Mavericks. And really excited. Today, let's get into it. We're doing the first Aliyah of Vayishlach. So last week's Aliyah, we saw at the end of Vayetze that Yaakov had married Leah, married Rachel. 11 of the 12 tribes had been born, and now Yaakov is fleeing from Laban, and now he is going to encounter Esav. And so that's where we are in this week's Parsha. He sends ahead of him messengers to go and encounter Esav. And he says, yo, I have Garti, I have dwelt, I've lived with Laban, and I have survived until now. And I've acquired a lot of great things. And so I'm sending you some gifts to gain favor, right? And Rashi says that when a person is faced with some danger, faced with an enemy, he has to do three things. He has to send a gift, has to pray, and has to prepare for war, has to prepare for battle. What's going on over here? Right, in that middle part over there about the prayer, Yaakov stops and he prays. Right? He says, Yaakov, Elokei Avi, Avraham, Elokei Avi, Yitzchak, Hashem, Ha'omer, Elai Shuv Le'atzecha, Umloladecha, V'heiteva Yimach. So Hashem, God of my father, Abraham, God of my father, Yitzchak, Hashem, who said to me, return to your native land and I will deal bountifully with you. I'll give all the good things with you. Katointi mikol ha'chasedim umikol ha'emes asher asisa es abdecha ki b'malkli avareti es hayaden hazeh ve'ata ha'isa lishnei machanois. And the translation goes, Katonti, I guess, I'm unworthy of all the kindness that you've given me, that you've shown your servant. With my staff alone, I crossed this Jordan, and now I have become two camps. It's a very odd prayer, right? Very odd prayer. And so deliver me, I pray, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esav. Otherwise, I fear that he will come and strike down mothers and children alike. Yes, and so you said, I'll deal bountifully with me. Make your offspring as countiful as the sands of the sea, which are too numerous to count. Fine prayer. But in the middle there, as I said, there's an odd part where it says I've made myself small, worthy, all these kind of things. Hasidim, we call emes. From all the kindness and all the truth they've done for me, your servant. With my staff, I've crossed the Yarden. Okay, great. So we know that this is kind of like a blueprint for the way of dealing with our enemies. And unfortunately, we have been very much involved with dealing with our enemies as of late, the last couple of years. And this is the way of the Jew. We always have enemies rising up against us. And guess what? We're always here. But on an individual level, what does this mean to us? I hear Gedalia Fencer saying, people who are going on creating the whole world about battling anti-Semitism or commenting on every single negative comment online. Where do you get the time for this? Who has time for this stuff? All right, what does it say? You're better off just jobbing Hashem. Hashem, I need your help. Look at what's going on over here. On an even more personal level, the enemy. Maybe not all of us have enemies that we're going against all the time. Or maybe we do. It says in the Zohar that Hashem created, regarding this week's Parsha, Hashem created a good inclination and bad inclination. And from the time that the person is born, over the evil inclination tries to overcome the person. And the way that the person wants to go, if he wants to go with the good inclination, Hashem will help him. If he wants to go to evil inclination, Hashem will do. But that they're both actually created by the Creator. There is no evil inclination that's on its own gone rogue. And as it says the same thing here with Esav. Esav is actually representing the evil inclination, the Yetzer Hara. As it says also about Esav, that no person respected their father more than Esav. How could it be that in the history of mankind, no person ever respected their mother, honored their father more than Esav? he was also created by Yitzhak. Right? And he acknowledged this. He acknowledged that he came from the line of Abraham. Right? So what does it mean when Yaakov was saying, I've dwelt with Laban and I'm still here? Right? He was telling Esav, hey, Esav, you're Yetzer Hara, but I know something even worse than you. There's an atheist that is an atheist because he wants to fulfill his lusts, his bodily lusts. And there's an atheist who's cunning and devious, who wants to lead people astray on purpose. And that is Laban. And Esav comes from the root of Laban. Yaakov is saying to Esav, listen, I've already dealt with something that's worse than you, right? So how do you get there? We said last week, right here, it says, the odd thing that I wanted to point out was that it says, ha-chasidim umikol ha-emes. Mikol hasidim umikol ha-emes. It says, with the kindness and the truth. What is this kindness and truth? Well, it says, titin emes leYaakov heselav Abraham, as we say in the prayers every day. So we know that there's something that's connected with Yaakov that is emes. And what is emes? Emes is Torah, right? Which is why he was destined to marry Rachel, as we were saying last week. I won't get into too much detail here, but we were saying last week that Rachel comes from the oral Torah. That Rachel represents the oral Torah, right? And he was destined to marry the oral Torah. He was destined to have this aspect of Torah because Yaakov emes. So what is the chasadim? The chasadim, chesed Abraham, right? So this is what Abraham created, the prayer, the Shacharis prayer, so to speak, right? Where it says that he woke up in the morning to pray. So Yaakov, before he went to Laban, he already stayed by Shem and Eber, as it says, for 14 years, to prepare himself against the Yetzer Hara, to prepare himself against Laban. So he thought that this would be enough for him. But then he found out that it wasn't enough. Why? Because Laban, the devious one, tried to switch on him and give him Leah, thinking that Leah, who had been destined to be with Esav, would also be a negative influence on him, right? But what did Leah do? Leah, who corresponded to strict judgments, which is why she was destined to marry to Esav, what did she do? She cried and cried until that decree was overturned. So by Laban giving Leah to Yaakov, he unwittingly helped Yaakov to what? He had already had Torah, but he was missing prayer. And this is what it means here. Katonti, right? I came to you as a small thing. This is how we come to pray. What do I know, Hashem Yitbarach? I need your help. What am I? When Hashem, you tell Hashem, it's okay, I got it. Hashem says, okay, kol hakavod. When we say Hashem, there's nowhere else to turn. Where am I going to go? Katonti, mikol hasidim, right? Mikol hasidim, with all the prayer, mikol ha'emes, and with all the truth. Asher asisa et avdecha ki b'makli, it translates as staff, but it also has inside of it, koli, with my voice, avad the entire day. I crossed over this level and I keep reaching higher levels. How? With the prayer and with the Torah, meaning that we combine the two, meaning that we learn Torah and we use the Torah as a basis for our prayer, that we include what we learn in our Torah. When we're learning Torah, we say, wow, Hashem Yitbarach, I'm so far from what this Torah is saying. I need your help. How am I going to ever be able to fulfill this? I need your help. Right? The Rebbe Nachman, he says that Hashem wants a person to overcome him. How does a person overcome him? By bringing arguments. What kind of arguments? Torah arguments. That when a person comes to pray, listen, I'm small, I don't know anything. Hashem, I need your help. But this is your Torah. You told me how to do this. You told me that this is, and I know I'm very far from this. I need your help to overcome this. I need your help to overcome the inclination. I need your help to overcome what's going on. My situations, whatever it is that a person's facing. This is the only way to do it. And how is that? Right? A person, sometimes they go and they say, hey, brother, dude, what am I supposed to do? I can talk about for 60 minutes. There's a lot to talk about. But another thing is this person can bring their Torah that they've been learning. Or a person can sit down and learn, and then they can include that in the Hitbodedut. Or they can pray right then and there while they're learning. This is the best way to learn. So in this way, this would have meant that Hashem, that Yaakov have overcome Laban, and now he was coming to him again to say, deliver my brother into my hand, meaning, let the Yetzer Hara work for me, let the Yetzer Hara work for you. As the Zohar says that when a person overcomes their Yetzer Hara, the Yetzer Hara has to come along with them. And then we see that it now become two camps. Haisi lishnei machanois. meaning that the person now has the understanding of how to learn and how to pray and how to pray and how to learn. Right? That Yaakov had only had that one, that he was a man of prayer, a man of emes. But because of his relationship with Leah, he had now learned how to pray in the proper way. And so we too should be zoiche to see that our enemy is here before us at all times. It's the Yetzer Hara who wants to lead us astray from being our true selves, from serving Hashem in the right way. And we should be able to continue to learn and to turn our Torah into prayer. And this way we're going to see that we're able to overcome every single challenge, every single thing put in our way, because Hashem is the challenge. Hashem is there within every single thing. There is no challenge. There is nothing there. It's just another step for us to overcome. What? B'makli, with my strength, with my staff? No, with bekoli, with my voice. And when this way, we're avarati et hayarden, we're able to continue to grow and continue to cross over the next level to the next level to the next level. And so we should be zoiching to do this and to see that our growth is inspiring to other amazing Yidden, to all the people in the world. And we're inspiring other people, lifting up that chain, and bringing a true, lasting change with Chum Moshiach Sitkenu, the rebuilding of the Beis HaMikdash speedily, Eretz Yisrael.